The Security Times would like to welcome you to the Security Times Week in Review. It's been an extremely exciting past week in hacker news. We have some interesting updates to previous Security Times headlines. We begin with the arrest in Moscow of the elusive Billboard porn hacker. Police say he was merely entertaining the city by feeding porn to the billboard in the middle of rush hour. Next, in the latest China hacking chapter, we learn a tale of two schools responsible for the Operation Auroura cyber attacks on Google and over 30 other organizations. The interesting part of this article is that one of these schools is now linked to the takedown of whitehouse.gov in 2001. The same school won a programming contest this month sponsored by IBM. Some interesting news has come out of France this past week, just in time for the Winter Olympics involving the 2006 winner of the Tour de France. Floyd Landis was stripped of his title after testing positive for performance-enhanced drugs. Apparently, the French have an arrest warrant out for Floyd for tampering with evidence via a Trojan horse. Even though a Frenchman named Alain Couros has confessed to the hacking, Landis denies any involvement. Max Ray Butler, commonly known as the Iceman, was found guilty in California this past week of hacking 1.8 million credit cards and was given 13 years behind bars. Even though his actions resulted in $86 million in fraudulent credit card charges, he was only ordered to pay $27.5 million in restitution. But those numbers can't compare to the discovery by NetWitness Corp this past week. Over 2,400 financial organizations involving 74,000 computers have been turned into personal ATM machines with the use of the ZeuS, the password-stealing botnet. How did NetWitness uncover these attacks? Apparently, the criminals used an older version of ZeuS, which is much easier to detect. The latest version of ZeuS is more powerful and practically impossible to detect. Maybe even more interesting in the world of education than the two China schools of hacking, we unravel a Philadelphia school district caught spying on students at home via school-borrowed laptops with cameras and keystroke loggers. The feds caught wind of it, and now the FBI is looking into wiretap and privacy violations. Some of the 2,300 laptops used by the school district were activated 42 times in recent months to allegedly spy on the students in their homes. The Security Times will surely follow up on this unbelievable story. This will certainly land someone behind bars, and you'll be able to read about it here at thesecuritytimes.com. And lastly, if you haven't run the recent Microsoft Windows update, then you'd best surf over to thesecuritytimes.com, follow the link to Microsoft's Auroura rootkit scanner before you run that update. The rootkit is not compatible to the update and results in the blue screen of death. The scan takes some time to run, so give yourself a few hours. Well, that wraps up the Security Times Week in Review, and until next week, stay safe and stay secure.